Before we descend into the darkest chambers of the human heart, before we uncover what people hide, even from themselves, hit that subscribe button, because once you see what's down here, you won't look at love the same way again. It's 2:47 a.m. in a suburb outside Phoenix. Sarah's lying in bed next to her husband of 6 years. His arm is draped across her waist. Their wedding photo sits on the nightstand. Two people smiling, believing they understood what forever meant. Her phone vibrates. A text. From him. The other him. She doesn't move. Doesn't breathe. Just stares at the ceiling fan spinning in the darkness, casting shadows that feel like they're crawling across her skin. She loves her husband. She does. She's told herself this every single day for the past 4 months, since it started. But here's what keeps her awake. She doesn't know why she can't stop. And somewhere in the back of her mind, in a place she refuses to look, she knows the reason has nothing to do with the man lying next to her, or the one texting her in the dead of night. It has everything to do with her. Why do people cheat, even when they claim to love someone? Even when they have everything they said they wanted? Even when the betrayal will shatter the person they swore to protect? This isn't a morality lesson. This is archaeology. We're digging into the ruins of the human psyche to find what people bury there. And what we find is rarely what we expect. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain doesn't care about your marriage vows. Novelty floods the brain with dopamine, the same neurochemical rush you get from cocaine, from gambling, from anything that makes you feel alive when everything else is gone numb. Long-term relationships stabilize. They become safe, predictable. And the human brain, wired for survival, interprets predictable as non-threatening, which means it stops paying attention. That text at 2:47 a.m.? That's not love. That's your limbic system screaming for stimulation. The affair isn't about finding someone better. It's about finding someone different. Someone who doesn't know that you leave dishes in the sink, or that you cry during anxiety attacks, or that you're still haunted by something your father said when you were 12. The affair partner sees a version of you that doesn't exist yet. The idealized projection, the fantasy self. And for a few stolen hours, you get to be that person. Carl Jung called it the shadow, the part of yourself you've hidden away because it doesn't fit the story you tell about who you are. In America, we're raised on narratives of success, the perfect relationship, the Instagram-worthy life. We're taught to be good partners, good parents, good people. But what about the parts that aren't good? The rage, the selfishness, the hunger for chaos. Those parts don't disappear. They just wait in the dark. Cheating becomes the stage where the shadow performs. It's the secret rebellion against the life you built but never fully chose. It's the middle-aged man who spent 20 years being responsible, suddenly feeling alive in a hotel room with a woman who doesn't know his kids' names. It's the woman who curated the perfect marriage on social media while slowly suffocating under the weight of being perfect. The affair isn't about them. It's about meeting the stranger you've been running from, yourself. Americans are starving, not for food, for proof that they matter. We live in a culture of comparison. Every scrolling session, a reminder of what we don't have, who we're not, how we're falling behind. We bring this hunger into our relationships, expecting our partners to fill voids they didn't create. When that doesn't happen, when your partner stops seeing you the way they used to, when intimacy becomes routine maintenance instead of connection, the wound opens. Then someone new looks at you like you're extraordinary. They text back immediately. They laugh at your jokes. They're fascinated by your thoughts. And suddenly, you're not the invisible person folding laundry at midnight. You're interesting again, desired, seen. The affair becomes emotional CPR for a dying sense of self. Some people cheat because they learned betrayal before they learned love. Attachment wounds from childhood, absent parents, conditional affection, emotional neglect. They create blueprints. If you grew up believing that closeness leads to pain, your nervous system stays on high alert. Intimacy feels dangerous. So you sabotage it before it can hurt you. You cheat as self-defense. You abandon before you can be abandoned. Or maybe you witnessed infidelity growing up. Watched your father's late nights, your mother's silent tears. And now, years later, you find yourself recreating the exact pattern you swore you'd never repeat. Because trauma doesn't make sense, it just echoes. This is the cruelest part. Sometimes people destroy the love they have because they don't believe they deserve to keep it. Life gets heavy. Mortgages, medical bills, careers that consume you. The slow erosion of who you thought you'd become. And for some people, cheating is the emergency exit. Not from the relationship, from themselves. From the mundane horror of being ordinary. From the realization that this is it, this is the life, and there's no dramatic plot twist coming. The affair becomes a pocket universe where consequences don't exist yet. Where you're not tired, where nothing hurts, where you can pretend, just for a moment, that you're someone who makes dangerous choices instead of someone who meal preps on Sundays. It's not sustainable. It's not real. But goddamn, it feels like breathing when you've been underwater too long. Here's the truth that no one wants to say out loud. Cheating is rarely about the person you're cheating with, and it's rarely about the person you're cheating on. It's about the civil war happening inside you. The parts of yourself at war with each other. The person you are versus the person you wish you could be. The life you chose versus the life you fantasized about, and the gaps between what you say and what you feel. Betrayal isn't the beginning. It's the symptom. It's what happens when you've betrayed yourself for so long that you don't even recognize your own reflection anymore. It's dawn now, 6:13 a.m. Sarah's still awake. Her husband stirs beside her, kisses her shoulder, whispers, "Good morning," before heading to the shower. She picks up her phone, scrolls through the messages she'll delete in 30 seconds. And somewhere, deep in the architecture of her mind, she understands. The person she's been searching for in someone else's arms, the feeling she's been chasing in the dark, it was never about them. It was always about the girl she used to be. The one who got lost somewhere between becoming who she thought she should be and forgetting who she actually was. The affair won't save her. Ending it won't either. Only excavation will. Only the brutal, lonely work of facing the stranger in the mirror and asking, "Who are you?" when no one's watching? And more terrifying, who did you bury to become the person everyone expects? If you want to keep exploring the hidden corners of the human mind, the places where we hide our truths and bury our contradictions, join us. Subscribe to the Subconscious Lens, because the most dangerous secrets aren't the ones we keep from others. They're the ones we keep from ourselves.